What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again. And yes, people, I'm 21 years old. I am happy. Thank you for everyone that's done there. Give me the birthday messages. I thought I'd do a stream. I'm knackered, people. I've just come back from London with my daughter and I'm shattered. Shout out to Alan and Freddie, Fulham fans. They gave me the little tour around London, and especially my little girl. She loved it. But I appreciate all the messages and all the birthday. Like I said, people, I'm 21 years old, and yeah, I thought I'd do a stream. But how's everyone feeling, man? How's everyone? Before we get the main man on, people in the chat, come on, we've got the main man on, because I know Forest fans have been asking him, where is he? Where is he? And you know, he's been busy doing work and all that. And I've missed Dave on the show. He knows that. And I think Forest fans love Dave, like his balanced approach on everything. And that's why I had to get the main man on, man. But people, like I said, I do appreciate all the love. Before I get the main man on, I'll do some shout outs for one. Thomas, thank you for the happy birthday thing as well. Thank you for that. Thank you, Colin. Thank you for the happy birthday. Kel, as well, happy birthday. Great to have Dave back on live, Mr. Con. Review. Hopeful to see you both. Yeah, again, everyone missed Dave. He's balanced on football and being a Forest fan and a football fan as well. Shout out to Kel. See you Tuesday as well with Harry. Kieran as well. Kieran, David finally back. Love it, friend. Yeah, everyone loves it. Happy birthday, Mr. Dore. See you Tuesday. Look forward to the news. And yes, Rad, Dad, I'll see you Tuesday as well. Make sure everyone goes subscribe to the legend himself, Rad, as well, because he's back with the football next week. Thomas, thank you again as well. Martin, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're well. 40, you cheeky. I'm not swearing on it. I'm 41 years old. My daughter told me off the other day, this morning, for my language. So, yeah, as well. Michael, thank you for happy birthday notices as well. Glenn, happy birthday, Dore. See you tomorrow, Glenn. I'll see you tomorrow as well. Yeah, make sure everyone be like Glenn and be a member to my channel, because, like I said, it helps my channel a lot. Who else? Paddy Irish, another legend to myself as well. Eve, agree with Dore. Hope you're well. Happy birthday. Hope you had a great one. Good evening, Dave. Dave will be here in a minute, Eve. You'll be here in a minute. Yeah, I'm just trying to gear up, people. In the chat, please show some love to Dave, man. He's coming on. I just want to get through the message before we get the main man on. Happy, you cheeky 59th birthday, you cheeky. Yeah, and great to see the common sense himself back in. Yes, he's got common sense. I won't say he's got common sense, but yeah. Right, people, we've got to get the main man on. We have to get him on. I'll put there, and here he is, the main guy.
I thought we were starting in an hour. Mate, it's good to, friend. First and foremost, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, DoreOntour. Happy birthday to you. So let's get that out of the way. Well done, mate. I'm going to stay rational and balanced, and I'm not going to sort of guess at a number. But it looks like you've had a good couple of days with Litland and with the lovely Alan and Freddie down in London, mate. So yeah, it's good to be back on, and yeah, good to see everybody.
Right, people keep asking me, where's Dave been? Like I said, I have said he's been working. People, right? If you want a PA, personal assistant, and you live in the Stoke area,
PT, not a personal assistant, man. Personal assistant is something quite different. You know what I mean? I'm not really glamorous enough for that, mate. You know?
So people, if you're in Dave's area and you want get some muscles.
Yeah. Well, as I say, but I have, to quote my good friend, I've been very busy these last few weeks. Yeah, since the season finished, I was so forested out because it's such an all-consuming thing. I needed a bit of time off. I've been really busy in the gym, but you know what? When the fixtures came out, I was thinking, oh no, it's too early. I need a break. But I'm really looking forward to the season now, and I can't wait to get going again, Ben. And it's really good to see you, and it's good to see all those lovely trickies out there. Bless them all.
Before we get, like I said, there's so much topic, and like I said, Dave, like I said, he always has a balanced view on everything. Doesn't go over the top. Always balanced about what. But like I said, everyone loves Dave. Like I said, when he's always on other channels, and I love hearing Dave's voice. And like I said, people, I said on podcast, I could just sit there and just listen to Dave. I think everyone else could just sit there and listen to it. So before we do get to as well, thank you, Colin, for the £10 as well. That's going to my European tour. People, if you want to do any super chats for my birthday and for the tour, with me and Dave, we'll be going. And as well, people.
Yeah, we are, mate. Yeah, we definitely are. I had to check my passport, mate, because it's so long since I used it.
I need to check mine. Damn it! I better check mine as well.
I'm good until 2027, Ben. So I should be all right.
No, I need
nice to see you, Martin.
I think I'm all right. Well, yeah. Dave has Daz as well. Evening, Dave. Good to see you again. Let's see. Everyone's missed you, Dave. Everyone's missed.
It's nice. You. I think I thought to myself, I ought to pod off for a bit. I've done enough pods, so I should pod off somewhere else for it. And I think it's good to be back, and I'm ready to talk about Forest.
Even Harry misses you, Dave.
Yeah, I love Harry as well, and Kel, and everybody. Right, it's a great fan base. It has its moments, like every fan base, but the love for Forest is deep, and that's what's great, really. So
exactly. So, like I said, people, like I said, it's been so hectic being a Forest fan, and like I said, I want to get Dave's opinion on what's been happening because, like I said, it's good to have someone who's balanced on everything. Like I said, Forest could be bad, Forest could be good, and that's why I got Dave on. Like I said, people on my podcast, like I said, you got an example, there's who else on there? The usual lot. They always have the balance there. And like I said, it's good to have Dave to have his opinion. So people in chat, get involved. Please do hit the like button as well. Dave, where should we start? Because it's been hectic. I've been a Forest fan, and we got European football. But we're going to start with how are you feeling about everything? Like, let's start with the Crystal Palace drama. Like, in your mind, where would you prefer to play Europa Conference or Europa League? And people get involved. Get involved. I'm not trying to get Dave. Because Dave, like I said, I love your opinion on everything. So let's start with that, Dave. Where would you prefer?
I'm torn, Ben. I think if we go in the conference, we've got a hell of a chance of actually winning it. I watched Chelsea beat Betis in the final a couple of months ago, and people think it's a sort of a sideshow of a competition. But you try telling the Chelsea lads and the Chelsea supporters that night when they beat Betis 4-1. And I looked at that and thought, Forest in that competition would probably be either favourites or second favourites, So I think from a point of view of actually winning silverware, I think the conference would be a good thing. But at the same time, you get in the Europa League and, the fixtures are slightly more glamorous. There's a better class of team that you're playing against. And, last year in the Europa League, Ben, it was probably the worst Europa League final there's ever been between probably the two worst teams ever. And I mean Tottenham and Manchester United to qualify for a European final. So if you think that they were 17th and 16th or whatever and fought out a European final last year, had Forest been in that final, I think they'd have beaten either of them. So what will be. At the moment, we're in the Europa. Obviously, we're waiting for the Palace appeal. That will go in. I mean, I look at the thing is, right, if it was us, and we were the ones who, we'd say won the FA Cup and then they were demoting us or whatever, we'd all be up in arms like the Palace people are, because
true.
I think they've broken the rules to the absolute exact letter of the rules. They've broken them with this business with John Textor, but then they're saying the context for that is this guy doesn't really play much of a part in our club. And I think if it was Forest and we got, one of our directors, then we would all be up in arms like Palace. So we'll see what the Court of Arbitration for Sports says. I do think Mr. Marinakis be Mr. Marinakis.
Let me put it together. Let me put it together, Dave. The Palace situation and Marinakis, because as we see it, everyone is putting the blame on Marinakis. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Mr. Marinakis, Ben, he saw the rules early enough. And he had a sort of a suspicion at the time.
Here he is, Pat Lally, the legend himself.
I'll just break off just to say, I need to say to my esteemed colleague, Lord Lally of Salfordshire, I hope he's feeling better soon because I don't think he's been very well at the moment. So I'm sending all the love to him. Yeah,
it's not been great. All the best, Pat. All the best. Pat, Are you going tomorrow, Pat? Just put the thumbs up or thumbs down. That's all I need to read, Mr. Pat. Like that. Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so, Pat.
All being well, he is, mate. Yeah. But like I say, yeah, but the thing is, Ben, at the time back in March, Mr. Marinakis could be forgiven, thinking, well, we're going well here. We were like third or fourth or whatever in the league. We need to kind of think about what happens. Like Olympiacos ran away with the Greek league. We were going well at the time. Mr. Marinakis had the presence of mind to think, blimey, I could have a situation here. So he put all his shares in a blind trust, whatever. Now, the Palace guy, Texter, didn't do that. But at the same time, you know, at the time, if you said to Crystal Palace back in March, where we were at the 5th round stage or the quarterfinal stage, you're going to win the FA Cup, so you need to sort this ownership thing out, then they could. We were more likely to get in Europe. So I think it was an easier decision for Mr. Marinakis to make at the time, and he did it in plenty of time. You know, Palace were like walking that fine line. Are we cocky enough to think we're going to win the FA Cup? That kind of thing backfires. So I'm quite glad it's not my decision to make. If you go back,
do you think that Marinakis deserves all the flat? Because I've seen in the cast statement like Forest, Leon are in it, and like Marinakis is getting all the flag. Like Marinakis is just protecting our club. Like you mentioned,
he is. He's got our club's best interest at heart. We've seen that since he came in. You know, it's only been 4 years ago, pretty much, that we were.
4 years, yeah, it was bottom of the league,
bottom of the championship.
4 years ago, was bottom of the league.
Has a club come further in such a short space of time than Nottingham Forest? I can't think of one. And you know, he's done as much as anybody because he drives things on. He wants things achieved, and he makes these things happen. Now, Mr. Marinakis is only being competitive on behalf of Nottingham Forest, saying, hang on, Crystal Palace broke the rules here. You know, we finished next up. If they're going to be demoted, we want in. I think the most ludicrous statement that I heard, utterly ludicrous, was when Steve Parish came out and blamed Mr. Marinakis for all that's gone on. It wasn't Mr. Marinakis' fault that Texter had his shares here, there and everywhere and didn't attend to business. It's nothing to do with Evangelos Marinakis. I just think because the big fella is such a character and he's so front and centre.
Even what Brian said, Brighton and Bournemouth did exactly the same.
Yeah, Brian's absolutely right. Brighton and Bournemouth looked ahead. Palace didn't. So it's certainly not on Mr. Marinakis. It's nothing to do with him. He's just observing because he wants the best. He wants the best for Nottingham Forest Football Club, and the best for Nottingham Forest Football Club in terms of prestige is not to be in the conference. It's to be in the Europa League. So I can see where he's coming from. I just think Mr. Marinakis is going, if they broke the rules, then surely we're next in line. And that's all he's doing. And when Steve Parish came out and said, this is all the fault of Nottingham Forest, to me, that was a desperate man looking around, clinging on to trying to shift the blame elsewhere. It's on Palace. And I think it's a fairly draconian rule. And if I was a Palace fan, I'd be really, really upset. But it is. If it was Nottingham Forest that had this issue, and you asked the Palace fans, would they have any sympathy for us? No, they wouldn't.
100%.
So I think it is what it is, mate.
I had Rich on the show, Dave, 2 weeks ago.
He's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy, Rich.
People make sure everyone's trying to equal I. Top guy. And like I said, he was balanced about it, Dave. About what
Rich is a good guy.
Yeah, what Forest was, how the past situation, the Forest situation, saying that it was. Why is Miss Marinakis getting all the blame? Because I don't know if you saw the protests and Marinakis getting them. Like, listen, if it was any other club, they would do the exact same like to Forest as well. Because
they would.
Like I said, and it's all Forest fans. Like I said, Marinakis has got the best for the club, and me, Dave, and all the rest of us, we have a little debates about Miss Marinakis. Marinakis does good, and then when you see things, we raise an eyebrow a little bit on what Marinakis is doing at the same time. But at the end of the day, and Dave just said it. Look what he's done for the club.
I mean, if you think, Ben, I was talking to somebody in the gym today, right? And they mentioned Fawaz, and I kind of thought, well, I'm rather happier now than I would have been then.
That's my whole point.
And you know,
Dave, imagine Fawaz in the Premier League. Like,
oh man, I remember him taking over the club, Ben, at the time, and thinking, does this guy know anything about football? Is his heart in football?
Dave,
and then
we just sold billions. We just sold billions. That's what we've seen.
And then a bit like the awful owners at places like poor old Sheffield Wednesday. What's happening there is an utter tragedy to me, really. Well, not a tragedy, but a disgrace, right? That's a guy who's ransacking that club and ruining a great football club. The owner at Reading. There have been owners elsewhere, right? And we had that for a while. I think now with the big man, right? I mean, what a character, first and foremost. And he's, we had 20 odd years, Ben, where we were not talked about, and we were like a distant memory to a lot of people. Now, because of brilliance on the field last year, and it was a brilliant effort to finish 7th, having been 17th the year before, right? With brilliance on the field through the lads and what they did on the field, and bless all of them for a fantastic effort last year, and then through the boss who likes to be front and centre, we're now a football club that is like a talking point, and we haven't been that for a long time. It is better to be talked about than not talked about. Exactly. And with what our lads did on the field last year and what Nuno helped to create, and with the owner doing his thing, people talk about Nottingham Forest now. We are a club with a bigger profile. I mean, there are some owners, Bill Foley at Bournemouth, Tony Bloom at Brighton, the guys at Brentford, people like, they're more, let's keep out of the limelight. But the big man, he wants it. And, there are times when I think, oh, mate,
that's what I say, Dave. We're like this.
But at the same time, mate, I kind of think we've got a propulsive force in our club that is shoving us forward, and he wants the best. I was saying that, actually, I met a couple of Forest fans in the supermarket today. I was getting my groceries right.
You meet everyone, Dave. You're meeting everyone, aren't you?
I do, mate. Oh, I'm just like a social butterfly, Ben. Social butterfly, Ben. And we were talking, and I said, if you said to Mr. Marinakis, what is your ultimate football ambition? He'd say a Champions League between Olympiacos and Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
that's what he'd want. That'd be bonkers. I mean, he'd have to put his shares in a blind trust again, but I think he'd be happy to do that. So for the thing is, mate, he makes things happen. And I think after so many years when not very much happened at Nottingham Forest, well, not in a forward sense, a lot of regression, I think we have to thank him. And he'll be in the news again. That's his way.
That's his way. Yeah. He's Greek. Yeah. That's what Greek people do. He just can't help himself. But
I mean, the thing is, Ben, if you go back to the great years, we had a person in our club who was front and centre and was everywhere in the media. Exactly. And if you like, he's kind of like a Cloughie of owners because he's so upfront.
Dave, do you think the legend himself, Sir Brian Clough, will like him though? That's the problem. Wait, go in the chat. Let's get right. Go in the chat. Do you think Sir Brian Clough, the legend himself, will like Marinakis? I'd love to know that if that will.
All I would say, Ben, is back in the day, the great man had some fairly scathing views about owners and directors and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. But, there's a bit of me thinks if Evangelos met Bry, what a conversation that would be, wouldn't it? And the thing is about Evangelos, he's come into the club as a foreign owner, but he's taken on board that history and he knows how important to us and the fabric of our club, Brian Clough, was and always will be. So I like the fact that he appreciates that, mate.
100%. People, please do hit like, but subscribe. Dave, before we do it, I want to say a little bit thing about Marinakis. What do you think about the Morgan Gibbs-White and Marinakis thing?
Do you know what?
You know what? I've not listen. Me and Dave, we've not spoken about odds for quite a while. So I just want to know what's your opinion on it? Like, it's been crazy.
The whole Morgan Gibbs-White saga, Ben, I thought was actually hilarious. Now, when it was all like, Morgan's off to Tottenham, they triggered the release clause and all that, I thought, I'm just going to keep my powder dry and not say anything right. Social media, from what I could see, was awash with, he's a traitor, he's betraying us, all this kind of stuff, which, people get passionate about the football club. Me, I was kind of like, let's see how this plays out. I'm not going to jump ship. I didn't want to make a statement at the time that then would look silly down the line, right? So I kind of kept away from it. My view was that I remember watching Forest Focus and Michael Temple, who's always very sensible.
Yeah,
top bloke Mike Temple, and he said, as far as he was concerned, Morgan was going to go. And I kind of thought, if Temple's thinking that, that's a pretty. And I was resigned to Morgan going, Ben. Right. My first thought at the time was, the one player from this club I don't want to lose, and for me, I'd be wrapping him up in cotton wool before we play Brentford, is Nikola Milenkovic, mate. You know, people saying we're selling our best player, and those same people were the ones who voted Milenkovic supporters player of the season last year. So Milenkovic is the guy. If Milenkovic went, I'd be really desperate. I think we could have just about handled Morg going. But then, so Saturday night, right, I went to a gig in a cave.
Was it rock? Was it rock music? People, I've seen people in the chat. If you saw Dave Aspie's dance, go and see him.
I saw a band from my youth called the Chameleons, great band, right? Post-punk. And we were in this cave, so I could get no reception. So I had no inkling of what was going on in the Fulham game, right? We came out of the cave at the end of the gig, and then we found some signal in the Peak District, right? And then all these messages started coming in. I'm like, oh, right, you know. I had a quick look on Facebook. I saw that we'd lost. I had seen the starting lineup at the beginning of the Fulham game, Ben, and I thought there's a lot of kids playing there, so let's take it with a pinch of salt. I had a look after we'd lost 3-1, and there was like, this is terrible. We're going to have a terrible season. This is going to be awful. This is going to be dreadful. I mean, it was a bit like when everybody thought Morgan was going, the BBC printed a selection of quotes from Forest fans, and there were people saying, if Morgan Gibbs-White leaves Nottingham Forest, that's me. I'm done supporting him. I'm not supporting him anymore. And then there was somebody going saying, well, that's it. Relegators now and throws out of Europe. And I'm going, oh, hang on a minute. He hasn't gone yet. So I'm in the car coming back with my mate. And my mate's not into football, really. And I look at my phone so I'd seen all this stuff about, Forest are terrible, whatever. And I had a look about 11 o'clock, Ben, driving over the Peak District near Buxton with some good signal. And it said, Morgan Gibbs-White signs a new 3-year deal. And I just kept laughing. I couldn't stop laughing because he kind of thought, blimey, all that stuff that was said is utterly redundant now. People calling him a snake and all this kind of stuff, getting carried away. It then started to look really, really silly. And I kind of thought, some of those who were like having a go at Morgan back then, are they now sort of prostrating themselves at his feet? So I didn't do it. And I think to myself, I looked at the picture, right, of Morg and Mr. M, and I thought them two have had a right good laugh. It's almost like, let's wind them up.
Yeah. Do you think it is people because of what has happened in social media? Let's get Marinakis' face again and just let him just take all the heat because he doesn't care what people say.
Yeah.
He's rich. No, he's a billionaire, people. Do you think he cares what you lot say? No. We have an opinion. What's happening. But
you know what, Ben? You say he doesn't care what people think.
No, he definitely not like that. I'm just saying.
No. But he listens to us. He listened to us that night. If you remember that night at Leicester when we got beat 4-0, he listened to the corner of the King Power and said, right, they seem to want Steve, so we'll keep Steve on. Obviously, he kept Steve on, and then we needed a change, right? Absolutely needed a change. But I think the interview, I looked at it and I thought, at first, I couldn't tell whether they were both trying not to laugh. But then obviously people started looking at it, right? And obviously a lot of people have seen The Sopranos and thinking it's a bit of a Tony Soprano job. It's like The Godfather is speaking and Morgan was quite sort of bashful and all that. Yeah. But at the end of it, do you know what? Whatever you read into the interview and people saying, let's get a body language expert in to look at Morgan. The bottom line is, Ben,
he signed a contract.
Whoa. He signed a contract, he's ours, and he's playing for us this season. I mean, when he came back to training that day, people were saying, I bet there'll be some interesting conversations in that dressing room, as if like people were going to have a go at him. And I thought, they won't do that. They're not like that. They're a good bunch.
At least he's turned up. Like, so we can look at the Whistle. Whistle didn't turn up for Brentford. At least, think about it. If Gibbs-White didn't turn up at the City Ground, it'd be like another Pierre Van Hooydonk. We had one from
we've been there. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Ben. The Pierre Van Hooydonk thing, I thought at the time was, get this guy out of my club. If nobody's bigger than the club. And I mean, maybe we're not party to what goes on, Ben. We don't know what goes on. These are conversations are behind closed doors, over large amounts of money. people's lives, because the life of a footballer is still relatively short. I mean, you sign a player, you spend big money, a marquee signing, the guy gets injured. I remember Arsenal a couple of 3 years ago signed Jurrien Timber. He played against us in the first game of the season, Ben, at the Emirates. We were there when we lost 2-1. Yeah. Remember when Taiwo scored that goal, we went to field. Jurrien Timber got hurt in the first half of that game, and Arsenal spent a lot of money on him. Yeah. And he never played another game that season. So, we have to remember that being a footballer is a fairly it's a short career. Yeah. So these guys, and in Morgan's case, let's look at the human side. He's got a little one. He's got another one on the way. And any guy who's a father wants to think, I want to make the lives of my children secure.
Exactly.
That's what fathers do.
Dave, it's just like
you want it for your daughter, Ben. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just like, right. Let's keep it real, people. It's like you're going to a new job, better money, better competition, and you want to. It's like it's a World Cup year as well, people. So
yeah.
I'm happy. I'm really happy he stayed. Let's keep it real. I'm happy he stayed. I don't know if people in the comments disagree with what me and Dave thinking, but at the end of the day, he's a Forest player. I'm not going to boo him.
No,
back him.
Me neither. My view, Ben. I said to you, Ben, at the time, I said, look, this guy came in when we were a newly promoted side. A lot of money was spent on him. I've said all along about Morgan. I think he sat down, and I think that the fee weighed on his mind, and he kind of thought, I think it motivated him. He thought, I need to meet this fee with my performances. He's become our first England international for a long time. That's an amazing effort. He's been instrumental in all the good things that we've done in, surviving those first 2 years and then actually sort of against all expectation kicking on last year. My view is if he'd gone to Tottenham, a bit like Brennan, thank you for what you did for my club. Wish you all the best in your life. And I can't turn on him. I can't sort of say, he's an, I mean, I know there's a lot of tribalism in football, and as soon as you take one shirt off and put another shirt off, you go from being a good person to being a bad person. I can't do that, Ben. 100%. So it's up to him. But the bottom line is now, mate, he is one of ours, and it cocks a little snook at Tottenham, who I've got a lot. I remember Tottenham back in the day when they were a good side, right, with the likes of Dave Mackay and Jimmy Greaves and all that, right, when they were a proper football team and winning doubles. I just think they were slightly entitled,
100%.
Tottenham, and it just kept them at bay. It's Mr. Marinakis saying, "Hey, hang off, leave our crown jewels alone, right? You're not having him." And Mr. Marinakis has said, "I need to." I tell you what, Darren Fletcher said last week on Forest Focus. They asked him about the Morgan situation, and Fletch said it needs a quick resolution, and the gaffer has given it a quick resolution. It's all sorted. Morg's one of ours. We move on. And I tell you what, Ben, coming back from that gig on Saturday night when I found out the Morgan side, Malcolm rang me. Right.
Shout out to Malcolm. Wait. Yeah. Let me tell Malcolm Owen. Stop sending me bloody birthday messages. He sent me like 20 birthday messages on different platforms. Malcolm, stop. Stop it, Malcolm. Love you, Malcolm.
So anyway, Saturday night, Ben, he rang me in the car, right? So I was in the car going back from this gig, and he rang me. And I don't think we exchanged any words. We just laughed down the phone at each other. And we both knew what we were laughing at. And it was this situation with Morgan. And I kind of thought, on a serious note, I kind of thought to myself, if they've secured that guy, who's been our guy for so long now, and we all, we can all see what he can do. There have been days when Morgan's tried a flick and there are people saying, "Oh, let's take the money and get rid of him." So it's not like everybody's, I thought to myself, if he's staying, then it might lead to other players coming in. And it has done, because definitely. I'm telling you, Ben, this guy we signed, was it yesterday or the day before?
We're all going to talk about it, Dave. We are going to talk about it. Yourself.
And I'll hold on there, Ben.
Right, before we do, like I said, I've got loads of messages and quite loads of super chats, but this guy, Alan, I've seen you today already, mate. Leave me alone. Good evening, GPL legends. Finally, Dave has returned. Get rid of Dore. Right. Next time we'll do a show, Alan, it's going to be me and Freddie. So,
and actually, Freddie talks a hell of a lot of sense. Let me say that he's a very, very intelligent young man.
You know what,
Freddie?
I was talking to Freddie today. You know when we had that conversation about what I talked to. You know when me and Dave have like a check, and I say to Dave, Dave understands what I mean when I'm doing that. I was doing that to Freddie today. People, I'm not going to go into detail. People, if you want to know detail what I said to Freddie, hit the like button, because
He's a top lad, Freddie.
Yeah, so shout out to Alan, shout out to Freddie. Had a great time in London.
And the whole family. We've been to Fulham 100%. Matches, and they've looked after us with their hospitality.
I met his daughter as well. She's an absolute legend as well. Yeah. My daughter met his daughter. So, Alan, thank you for today. Absolutely legend. He showed me around London, Buckingham Palace and all that. So, shout out to Alan as well. We'll go through the super charts as well. Like Martin says, please hit the like button as well. It's my birthday. Come on, man. He's slacking. Chelsea, thank you as well. She says, thank you. Happy birthday, Ben. And hi, Dave. Chelsea, I need to get you on my channel. Chelsea, I need to get on my channel with your dad. So we need to try and sort it out. I need to do a shout out to the channel as well, because we've got a channel called, what's it called? I out of my head now. Chelsea, what's the channel called again? It's a great channel.
The new one.
Yeah,
the new one's come with
Chelsea, Mollo, Simon, Katie as well. Yeah. It's like a podcast they do, but it's on.
Is it talking trickies or something like that?
That's the word. Talking trickies. Like I said, it's fantastic. If you got
that's it. She's just put it in the. Thanks, Chelsea. She's corrected us. It's tricky talks. That's it.
If you go on Spotify, for me, right, like I think Dave might say the same. When you listen to other Forest people talking about Forest, I listen to them. I like listening to Forest, and when you hear other people's opinion, you're going to agree and disagree. Like people in the chat will agree and disagree with Dave. It's fine. And like I said, if you go on Spotify, go on Tricky Trees and listen to it, because like I say, it's great content. And I have told Mollo I want them all on for channels to Chelsea. If you can, get them on. Right, I've got some super chats again. Actually, absolute legend. Happy birthday, Dore. Have a cluster of. Listen to me. Listen to me.
In joke, folks. In joke.
Listen to me, Alan. Thank you for that. But listen to me. Let's keep that between me and you. Because
I'm a Starbucks man.
I was giving advice to Freddie. Advice to the legend himself, Freddie. But happy birthday, Mr. Dore. Can't wait for the season to start. Thank you for the 99 pilot. Like I said, people, all this, and everyone will know, like Dave knows, all the money goes towards this and my European tours. And like I said, I won't be doing any vlogs for friendly games. It'll be going straight to the league game. So people, I do apologise. I won't be doing friendly vlog for friendly games. I'll be there chilling. I'll be next to Dave tomorrow for the Birmingham game with Gary as well. And like I said, just chilling. Me and Dave will be talking what we want for the season. Well, I've got Dave on today, and people in the chat, Dave is back, and this is why I love talking to Dave. He's always balanced about everything. Well, like I said, people, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know anything else I need to know. Dave, right? We all panicked about as well. People getting the chat involved. We nearly saw Gibbs-White, and he signed a contract, and now we've signed Dan the Dore, I think they call him.
Dore, yeah.
Dore, and now we're getting Douglas Luiz. I think that's positive as well. Everyone was panicking, Dave. Everyone was panicking. Like I said, we've not signed Luiz yet till we get 100% confirmation from the club. Don't listen to no one else till we get the club.
Yeah.
Don't get jolly about it. But with all the rumours and gossip, Dave, like I said, we've got European football, we've got the league, we've got cups. Everyone's panicking about, we need to strengthen this and this. What's your thoughts on everything, Dave?
Never panic, Ben, because the truth of the matter is, my friend, I can't worry about things I can't influence. If I was like, if Mr. Marinakis or Nuno were ringing me up and going, Dave, who do you think we should sign? Or Nuno was saying, what formation do you think we should play, Dave? Then I would worry, because I'd have a direct, influence on it. But I can't influence it. We get on the ride with Nottingham Forest, and then we go where it takes us, right? So I'd never panicked. I wouldn't. The only thing that would have made me panic was if somehow Milenkovic, who I absolutely think is our most crucial player, our rock that everything's built on, if anything happened to him or if somebody came in for him, right? So my thought was, I'll just hang fire. What I didn't do, based on the fact that no football club in Europe overachieved last year more than we did. So the previous season, Ben, we were 17th with 32 points, and we were kind of saved by the fact that at the time Burnley, Luton, and Sheffield United were that poor. It helped us to stay up. We were a long way adrift of the rest. So to go from 32 points and 17th to 7th and 65 points is a pretty astonishing thing. And that gave me faith in Nuno. We should all have faith in Nuno because of what he's done for us, in the same way that he did it at Wolves. So he's got a proven track record. And the faith in Mr. Marinakis, because Mr. Marinakis wouldn't let things drift. That's not his way. I mean, the thing is, it might be, as the season goes on, say if we had a poor start and that poor start continued, then he's going to look at maybe making changes. He kind of wants and often gets an instant reaction. I suppose with Nuno, it took a while, but we stayed up. And then last season we went on again. So I've never lost faith in Mr. Marinakis. I've never lost faith in Nuno. And I've not lost faith in the backroom staff who do the recruitment because, from that first season when we got promoted and it was the 30 signings and who gives the stuff and all that, some of those have proved to be really, really good signings. Nico, obviously, Morgan, Willie to a certain extent. Willie's still on the premises.
Are you happy that he signed an extra year contract as well?
Yeah. I think Willie's the sort of guy who's I saw a thing last year where Woody was asked to kind of sum up his teammates, squad mates, in one word, and he just referred to Willie Bolly as father. So I think he's kind of like everybody's big brother, and there's leadership in that squad, and I think Willie gives some of that. I tell you what about Willie Bolly. Remember when we played Chelsea at the Bridge last year, last September or whenever it was, Ben?
Yeah,
that 1-1 draw when JWP got sent off for handballing.
Yeah.
Do you remember Nico pushed Cucurella over? Cucurella knocked Maresca over.
Dave, you love the story, don't you, Dave?
I love it. The brawl at Chelsea, Ben, was amazing. I don't like fighting, mate. I'm a bit of a wimp, right? But that brawl at Chelsea, when Maresca went, tumbling over, all the Chelsea guys came out the dugouts and said, "How dare you push our manager about?" Next minute, Willie Bolly, Woody, Morato were all out there saying, "Well, we're Nottingham Forest. If you're going to push Nico Williams about, you've got to push us about." And I really like that. And Willie was a part of that. So I think the big man, another year, I mean, how many games is he going to play? But, he comes in, he's always pretty solid, reads the game pretty well. He's not the quickest, obviously, because he's knocking on a bit, but I'm quite happy with Willie signing. But, I never lost faith. And I kind of think the business we're doing is pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, Ben, we've kept our entire back five. Sorry. We've kept our
that's the
entire
most
back
important
five.
thing, Dave, keeping the back five, isn't it?
Yeah, because a certain gentleman said, all good sides are built on clean sheets. And he was right. And that's why Forest won the league in 77, 78 or whatever, because we could keep them out. That defence was incredible. So we've kept Selzy, we've kept Ola, we've kept Moo, we've kept Milenkovic, and we've kept Nico. So our back five is intact. Bournemouth, their back five is in tatters. Kirkes has gone. Kepa's gone. Dean Howson's gone. Right. So we've kind of kept our solid base that we launched from last year, In midfield, Sangari is showing signs he's coming back to the player that we hoped he would be. So that's quite good.
We all want that. We all want that, don't we?
I mean,
Dave. The thing, Sangari, right? He come back at the end of last season because he had a long injury last season. And yes, he come back and we could say, yes, he's come back and he's been positive. And how many games did we win with him? Was it 2 games? I think we won with him. And we go on this podcast and just say we're not scrutinizing him. Like, people's got opinion on each player, and that's all on that. But we all whoever wears this, we want them to do well.
Absolutely.
And if one player plays rubbish, we're gonna have an opinion about if he played rubbish in that certain game.
We can say a guy's had a bad. I mean, in Ibra's case, just settling on Ibra for a minute or two, he's had malaria. That was a killer. Not long back. If you had malaria, you were gone, mate. Right? So he's not had the best of luck with injuries and with illness, and I'd like to think he's good. So we've got him, and in midfield, I tell you what, we've got the best under 21 midfielder, even though he's 22, in Europe. Because I'm telling you, I watched all of the Euro under 21 tournament because Elliott was playing. And I know Harvey Elliott won the player of the tournament, and obviously England did brilliant to win it. But I remember a lot of the pundits, your Joe Coles, your Joe Harts, people like that were raving about Elliott Anderson. And he was superb in that tournament. So we've got him. I've always thought that if Morgan went, Elliott could do a lot of what Morgan does.
Do you think?
Elliot, yeah, I do. Maybe not with the same kind of flair, but Elliot Anderson is a hell of a versatile footballer, I think. So, I think that to answer your question, Ben, and obviously I'm typically Asprey long-winded. I've never worried.
We love it, Dave. We love it when you said that. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, I think we're in a good place. We've got an owner who is ferociously invested in, money-wise and emotionally in our club. If we, I look around the patch and I see so many football clubs who've got owners who have bought the football club and then just treat it like an ornament sat on a mantelpiece. Yeah. Well, Evangelos Marinakis does not do that. So we're looking in that regard. We've got a very, very calm, thoughtful, clear-headed manager, who was terrific last year. And I'm sure, whatever is thrown at him again this year, he'll take in that normal fashion. So, no, never worried. I was happy with the Brazilian boys coming in. Igor Jesus, let's take him. He played in a Botafogo side who were and Cunha. They were Copa Libertadores, basically the South American Champions League champions last year. And who scored the winner against the European champions in the Club World Cup? Him. So that these lads, it seems like these lads have been targeted. So I was happy with them coming in. And then obviously Woody's still here. Ty was still knocking about the place. Cal is still knocking about.
I'm happy Cal still here. I'm happy Cal still.
I'd like to see Cal tied down to a contract in the same
quick
way. Selzy and Ola and Nico and some of the other boys have been tied down because Cal's been terrific for us, rebuilding his career after Chelsea. And then you come down to this guy that was signed yesterday, and mate, I might not get balanced about this guy because I'm really excited about Dan and Dore, mate. I did that thing, dude, the other night where I don't really know much about him.
No, me too. I didn't know about him.
No, and I haven't seen much of Serie A recently. I used to, when it was on Channel 4 in the 90s,
Channel 4,
I used to watch it everywhere. Yes.
I loved it. Channel 4. What was his name, Dave? What was his name? The main guy that did the show?
James Richardson, mate.
Who?
James Richardson.
That's
did
James
the show.
Richardson, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously it was a time when Gaza was at Lazio.
Yeah.
Quite, Des might have been at Sampdoria or wherever, whoever.
Des Walker, yeah, he was.
And he used to have an Italian match on a Sunday afternoon, and then towards the end they had like a supermodel presenting it, right? All this, so there was things for people to look at and whatever. You know what I mean? So, but recently I've not watched a lot of Serie A. Because what's kind of happening now is
talk to Lee Tilson. He's my Italian correspondent.
Yeah. He loves it, doesn't he?
He loves Italian football, and he messaged me straight away about Dan Dore and Ben. He scored in the cup final against Milan.
He did, mate. Yeah, and so what I did, dude, I had a look at his kind of highlight reel from Bologna.
Oh, everyone does it.
I kind of thought to myself, I shouldn't. It's a bit like that bar of chocolate in the fridge, dude. He's sitting there, and I'm thinking, no, I shouldn't, but I'm going to when this one's over, mate. Right. Because it's sitting there. That bar of chocolate is Dave, it's calling to me from the fridge, this bar of chocolates. So anyway, I had a look at this Dan and Dore's highlight reel, and I kind of thought, blimey, he looks a sharp instrument. He scored. There was one goal in particular I've been talking to everybody about. So
you haven't told me. You've been telling everyone else, but not me.
I'm just about to stay, boy.
I'll phone Dave, and I think last Tuesday was 2 weeks ago, and I thought. And we just talked. But Dave, people in the chat will know Dave. He can talk for years, but he can listen to Dave. But you haven't spoke to me about it. Where's my chat, Dave?
Right, what I thought, dude. I thought I'd save it for your birthday edition to tell you about Dan and Dore, right? Or Dan and Dave, as I've called myself. The thing is, he scored this goal, right? So Bologna went to play Napoli, who are the Italian champions, right? And they were playing in Naples against Napoli. And this Bologna guy's got to the byline, he's pulled the ball back, and Ndoye has back-heeled it into the net off the bar. And I'm like, how's he done that? And I'm thinking, at first I'm thinking, he might not be as quick as Anthony was. And, let's give props to Anthony. Anthony did good things for us. He could be a bit inconsistent. There were times last year where Anthony wasn't in the side. So, I just think this guy just looks really exciting. He's got a bit about him. He's quite a big unit. He's quite direct. And I'm thinking,
I love his direct as well. He's direct.
Yeah. So. And he's not only does he look to have a goal in him, he looks to be able to kind of bring others into play and create stuff.
Things happen. He likes to make things happen.
Yeah. And do you know what, mate? I saw a few reports about him, and I was kind of thinking, blimey, they're selling this guy quite high, and that's what made me go and have a look. And having gone and had a look, then I was really impressed. So he's turned up, and I'm not sure he'll play tomorrow. He might get some minutes against Fiorentina, but he looks a really. I think Colin Frey said, Ben, he kind of regarded it as a marquee signing.
It was. I think it is. No, it is. I was watching Football Focus as well. Forest Focus, and one of the guys was speaking about him, and I'm like, Forest fan. I've not seen him play. Lee Tilson messaged me about him and all that.
Swiss international, Ben. So
Swiss international as well. And I think it's good to everyone. Like I said, when we saw Langard, and everyone's thought Gibbs-White was going. Everyone was feeling football depressed about it. So now things are slowly getting there, and we're going to get hyped up about each player coming to sign for Nottingham Forest because that's what we love. But let's just wait till we see him in the Forest shirt.
I agree, Ben. Yeah, I agree. This is where, sometimes getting hysterical one way or the other isn't the best thing to do. Let's just show a bit of patience. The thing on the subject of Anthony, Ben, right? Now, the thing about Anthony, I was sad when he left because I thought to myself that of all the people that defined our way of playing last year, that sort of sit deep, soak it up with our back four being so strong, and then hit him with pace on the counter, that was Anthony.
Yeah.
But you know what? Towards my other thoughts about Anthony were until that Villa game just before Christmas when he came off the bench and he made one and he scored one. It turned. Right. All he'd done to that point really was the ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi at Anfield when we won at Liverpool, right? And then I also think as well that the way we were playing, sitting deep and then hitting on the counter, mainly with Anthony, the last few weeks of the season, I think teams worked us out and knew what was coming. And I think that I'd like to think Nuno sat down and thought to himself, we need to find, a plan B and a plan C, Ben. We can't carry on playing this sitting deep and then hitting on the counter because people are going to be waiting for it. I think what happened, Ben, sorry to interrupt, mate, was that people, I think, towards the end of the season went, okay, if Forest don't want the ball, we're not having it either. And it kind of led to Forest weren't sure what to do. So I'd like to think Nuno sat down and thought, no, we're going to have to play a different way now. We are going to have a little bit more possession. But if you've got these guys up front who, the potential of them, Igor Jesus and Dan Ndoye, and we know what Woody can do. He's a 20-goal a season man from last year. Callum has been really good for us since he come in. Then we've got some options. I don't think, Ben, the transfer dealings have finished yet. I mean, as you've alluded to, Douglas Luiz is in the pipeline, and I think that'd be really. I talked to Villa people, and they rate that guy, right?
They do.
They were lucky. They were lucky, Ben, at Villa, that when Douglas Luiz went, Yuri Tillemans stepped into the breach. He was so good last year, right? But Tillemans had been his understudy, and at the time Tillemans joined Villa, a lot of Villa fans couldn't see Tillemans overtaking Douglas Luiz. So that's some of them. I also think, Ben, I think they'll have another crack at James McAtee. I do.
Forest?
I really do. Yeah, I think.
I need a discussion with Dave Asprey, man, because we've been. I said, I said to Dave before we said we're having 45 minutes, and now we've reached the 15-minute mark.
Bloody hell, where's that time gone, dude? God, I'm such a bore, aren't I? It's Dore on the ball.
This is why we've got Dave. I just about listen to Dave. People in the chat, who loves Dave Asprey just talking? Before we do, there's quite a super chat I've got to go through. Raz Dads, happy birthday, Ben. Raz Dads, thank you for the £5 as well. I put Raz's link, YouTube channel link as well. So people, if you can, if you watch on any device, subscribe to Raz. He's a fantastic person.
Top
fantastic
lad, smashing lad, David.
As well. And please, like I said, I keep saying this every single time. Like I said, there's loads of Forest content creators out there. And I don't think Raz is been given.
It's great.
I don't think people giving Raz as that respectful. Like I said, I put as well Tricky Trees as well in the top link as well. If you can, please click on Tricky Trees. Molo, I've done it for you. Because as I said, I like to promote other people as well. Craig said, Dore, Callum's got your birthday present for you tomorrow for me. What is it, Craig? Please don't.
Probably a Gary Neville mask.
Not another one, man. Not another one, man. Craig, what is it? Please tell me what it is. I just ordered my ticket for Tuesday, Martin. I'll see you on Tuesday, my friend. I need to come to your house, Martin. We'll sort out as well. Molo, happy birthday to you from France. Where in France are you, Molo? Hope you have a good time. I had a great time. I had a great time with Alan and Freddie and my daughter as well. My daughter loved it, so it was all surreal for her. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did. Stefan, thank you for $40. Happy birthdays to OG Force YouTube. Bloody hell, OG. What does that make Dave Asprey then? If I'm an OG, bloody hell.
Original gangster. Size T, original gangster, mate.
God. Thank you, Stefan, for the $40.
I think it might well be old Git, Ben, which is more appropriate to me than it is to you, mate.
I'm an old Git. Thank you.
I'll be the old Git, Ben, and you be the original gangster, mate. All right.
No, I just sit there. I'm just chill. That's what I do, man. Charlie, again, thank you. Happy birthday, Dore. Have a good one. Thank you, Charlie, for that. Way off to stay to breakfast. I am working early tomorrow. See you at 14 again and see his play. Yes, 100%.
Elliot Anderson, mate, super player.
Definitely. I'm looking.
Love Elliot.
I'm looking forward to it, man. So
well
Mark
said.
As well. Where is listening to Dave? He's like, what? What was it?
Asmir Begovic.
What?
I don't know what that
Cal,
means.
What's that mean, Cal? What's that mean? I don't. What? What's it mean?
I don't know what it means.
What does it mean? I ain't got a clue. Is that good or bad? Cal,
if that was spelled differently, it'd be like listening to Davies like arms or awesome. I don't know.
Oh, Rads, people, make sure everyone subscribes to Rads. Even Rads, here he is, Rads. Make sure everyone subscribes to Rads, man. He's a legend, man.
Get on Rads' channel. The kid's brilliant. Get on his channel, everybody.
And I said, I have Molo, the link is at the top of the. If you can, people, it's in the top of the link. Just make sure you just click it, and it's good people. They are good people. Molo's been on my channel, and it's good to have a female. Like I said, we've had Ellie, who's been on channel, and Ellie who promotes
doing great things. Doing great things as well.
And she's doing great things as well. And like I said, you've got Chelsea, you've got Katie as well. And it's good to have female who talk about Forest. Because
Ben, it's fantastic to have a female representation in football. Look what those fantastic girls did last Sunday afternoon. They were phenomenal, mate.
Exactly.
Bless them.
So
bless all of them.
People. If there's any female fans that want to come on the channel, please do, because I know you got with Forest Focus. What's her name?
She's Emily Williams. She's Emily Williamson now because she's just got married, I think.
Yeah, she's on there. You got, like I say, you got the Tricky Sisters, you got Katie. I know who else is there. Yeah. It's good to have. If there's any female fans on there, man, come on, get involved, man, because it's good to have a female voice and
absolutely and
all that. But people, like I said, there's 62 people, and if you can do a massive, because it's my birthday, people. Come on, man, slacking. It's my birthday, and we've got the man himself, Dave Asprey, Bragg, and that's why it's all good, man. It's all good. We've got Dave Asprey. Last but not least, Dave, like I said, it's going to be you and me. We followed the Forest up and down the country.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best seasons I've witnessed as a Forest fan. We've gone to Europe.
Fun, didn't we, mate?
Yeah, we've had great fun.
We're going to the lads of Nuno and Mr. Marinakis, you know.
Exactly. So now we're heading to the new season now, and I'm not going to say where we're going to finish because it's way too early for that. What's your head up then with the players coming in? Do you think? Because for me, I'm gonna say it people right now, and I'll get Dave. The best thing for me is stay away from the bottom three. That's the best thing. That's the best for me, people. We can say Forest finish 7th, 8th, or 9th. I want that to happen. I love that to happen. But the main priority is stay clear from the bottom three.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, Dave, on it?
Absolutely agree with you, Ben. Let's not be looking over our shoulders. We've given ourselves a great base to work from now. We're in the best position, certainly on the field and in many respects off it. We're in the best position this football club has been in for nearly 30 years, mate. You know what I mean? Like 1998, 1999, 25 years. This is the best state that Nottingham Forest are in. We finished 7th in the Premier League. We're signing, better players. Our recruitment has improved. Our structure around the club. The stadium is going to be redeveloped. It's all systems go at Nottingham Forest. And for a long time, when we were in the Championship and we were sort of treading water, I been following Forest a long time. At the time, Ben, I couldn't envisage a situation like the one we're in now, right? With regard to this season, I think we've got enough to kind of stay away from that relegation zone. And I like the signings. I think what the business we've done, retaining certain people's services, especially that back five, credit to Matt's as well. We've kept those guys. We've got some good options in midfield. I think we'll add to it. Like I say, it could be Douglas Luiz, it could be James McAtee. I'd love either of those. We've got some options, more options now up front, whereas last year we kind of thought if Woody were to not be there, where are our goals going to come from? So you'd like to think Ndore's going to help. Ego Jesus is going to help. Jai Cunha is a guy at the back. He's 60, big lad. I'm going to chuck in a really good little youngster that I've seen in pre-season. I think everybody's going to know. I'm going to say this little Jimmy Sinclair looks a lad for the future.
Yeah.
A lot of these other clubs in the Premier League have all got a kid that they're kind of seeing as like the next one. Like at Arsenal, it's young Dowman, right? He's only 15. I watched Jimmy Sinclair in the pre-season games, and you can't read too much into pre-season games, but the kid looks lively. So there's lots of good stuff about Nottingham Forest. Do I think we'll finish 7th again? I'm not so sure. My problem is, I think we'll be safe. I think we're now in that middle echelon where we always wanted to be as the next step.
Dave. Yeah. So sorry to put in. Like we're in that middle bit. I think we've got to look at teams like Newcastle and Aston Villa because they proved it. They proved it. Like, yes, it was fantastic us finishing 7th. But if we want to beat teams like them, we've got to be targeting 7th and above.
I agree, Ben. I agree, mate. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, mate. And I think that's the way Mr. Marinakis looks at it. I think, it was softly catchy monkey. Take your steps up the league. I mean, Newcastle and Villa got themselves into that sort of part of the table on a consistent basis, and then both clubs said, right, now we can push on. I'd like to think we're the next off the cab rank for that. But, hang on, what's going on there?
I can see you.
Can you see me, mate?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Yeah.
You've gone, mate. Oh, hang on.
No, I can see you.
Okay, hang on, Ben.
Where's he gone?
Oh, there we are, mate. Sorry, it was my laptop deciding if I wanted an update, and I've just said no, I don't want to. So I'm in full flow about Nottingham Forest. My only issue, Ben, is I like our squad. Obviously, our manager and our owner and everything else. That's great, and the stadium being redeveloped. I'm just a bit worried about the workload of adding in Europe and whether we can maintain it over that, four fronts, if you like, the league, the FA Cup, the Carabao, and Europe.
Dave, we're going to win all of it. We're going to win all of it.
Wouldn't it be great? I mean, to be honest with you, Ben, I think we'll be champions. I think we're so far ahead of Liverpool.
We're going to win all. Maybe clip this. People clip this. We're going to win this, all of it.
No, I think we'll be mid-table again. I think the only so the workload worries me a little bit, and also, Ben, we've lost the element of surprise. Teams are going to now look for Nottingham Forest as a threat. I think they took us lightly last year because we'd finished 17th the year before. I don't think they will make that mistake again. I think we're going to find it harder because people will be looking for what we do. The thing is, then the trick is then for Nuno to find a different way to play, because a lot of people are going to expect us to kind of be that team again, where we're surrendering lots of possession. So Nuno has to find a different way to play. I think we'll be all right, but we might not be quite as high up the table as last time. But I hope I'm wrong. I mean, Dave, if we were, like you say, Ben.
Dave, do I need to have a conversation with you, Dave? I'll say you come on, Dave, man. Because remember, what game was it? Wolves away. And I said to Dave, his next man, Dave, if I hear these comments about what you think Forest are not going to do it, I'm going to give you like a little slap. You know what? I'm going to get my daughter, because Alan Jewett, my daughter said he's going to punch him if you start bullying me and saying the wrong finger at me. So, Dave, please.
You didn't have a word with me. You just included me on your William Hill ad, didn't you? Because, mate, I've had so many people come up to me and say, have I just seen you on ITV1? And I went, what, me holding up three fingers because Taiwo won, he's just scored at Molineux. Yeah, that was me. What were you doing? I said, it was me and Dore celebrating a goal and trying to keep warm at the same time because it was so cold at Molineux. Do you remember, mate? It was like we stepped into like an ice bucket, but I think we'll be fine. I tell you what, Ben, I think we'll be fine. Let's just keep the expectation a little conservative, and then let these fantastic lads who play for us take us on another journey, mate. And I think we'll be all right. I certainly never panicked at all this summer because
Dave, I need a new Dave. I need a new Dave that can say
we'll be all right,
because,
mate.
because like I said, I don't want to go like it's Forest fans. Not I won't say for Forest fans. All football fans will say we're going to be top 10, top 6 because Man U. If you look at Man U and Tottenham fans, they're going to say, "Oh, we were bottom half, and now we're going to be like top half because we brought in new manager, new players, blah blah." It's not as easy as I think it is. And like
it's the assumptions, Ben, that you make. Sometimes they end up looking stupid. I've hoped that Forest is going to be really, really good. Honestly, I think we've got a cracking good squad that looks like it's coming together. You know, we've got a solid unit there. You know, maybe another goalkeeper, perhaps. You know, they'll be looking to tinker and add bits. And I have total faith in our club at the moment. Which, to be honest, Ben, there've been a lot of years where I've not had a lot of faith in Forest, and this lot have earned it. They're a good bunch, you know. So 100%. I think we'll be okay, mate. You know, 100%. I'm not going to say a position.
No,
I might be forced into it.
Way too early for that.
I mean, a sage man that I talk to on a regular basis said, "I'm not going to make a prediction until I've seen the end of the transfer window." And you know, he's off there in his oracle in Salford or Oldham or wherever he is at the moment, and he said it, and he's dead right. And I think we need, when the window shuts, I think we can take more of a measured view about where we think Forest should be aiming. So, and there's still plenty of time, mate. I tell you, if we were to get Douglas Luiz, and then they would like to pull off a coup of getting McAtee, because is McAtee going to get games at Man City? I don't know. I tell you one thing.
I'm glad Morgan. I'll ask this question. Sorry, Dave. I'll ask this question, right? If we do get McAtee, and I said it would be great, where would you start him? That's the problem.
Well, but the thing is, Ben, wouldn't it be great to give ourselves that kind of problem? Say, Ion Nuno, you worked the Oracle to a large extent last year. Work this out. I mean, the thing is, we're going to be playing Thursday, Sunday. These games are going to come at us thick and fast. We're playing at the highest level, or one of the highest levels, and it's going to be kind of like a championship season because we're going to be playing midweeks like we used to back in the championship. You know, and those games came at you like in a torrent. So I think I tell you what, Ben. Last year, when everybody was saying we're going to get Champions League, I had my reality check at Villa at the end of the season. If you remember, we went to Villa, we lost 2-1. We played brilliantly second half. But Villa that day made 8 changes and still looked like Villa. If we'd have made 8 changes last year, I don't think we'd have looked like Forest. So we need to add this squad depth. So if you could pull in somebody like McAtee, who was a Euro under-21 champions captain, and if we could get Douglas Luiz on a loan, then we're looking strong, mate. You know what I mean? So
100%. People have probably gone over the hour. I want to say thank you for Dave.
My pleasure, Ben.
For coming on the channel, because it's been a
long
great
time, mate. Hasn't it?
It's been fantastic. So, yeah, Dave, it's been a pleasure. We'll be there tomorrow.
We'll
be there tomorrow to see Forest.
I'm there tomorrow, Ben. I'm there tomorrow, but I can't make Fiorentina. But I am back for Alcadzia, and then after that, we're into it, mate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, man, like I'm looking forward to it.
I've had my digital season card, this year, and my old card's been reactivated. I was kind of hoping they'd send me a new. I
wanted a brand new one, Dave. I did, but I got email. I got email as well with it. So people in the chat, did you get an email as well? I got email today. So.
I've had it. Yeah. So I've had that today. So it kind of feels like If you'd asked me, like say Ben, I've been watching the Test matches, Wimbledon, the Tour de France, the girls' football, the under-21s football, all this stuff's been fantastic. And I kind of thought, no, I don't need football now yet, but I do now, and I'm really looking. I can't wait for tomorrow. I think the game against Fiorentina will be, if we end up in the conference, if say Palace win their appeal, then Fiorentina and us are the 2 biggest teams in the Conference League. So that'll be relatively informative. Alcadzia, I haven't a clue about them because I don't really.
Well, I thought they did have Patrick what's his name? Aubameyang.
Aubameyang, yeah.
But he's not there anymore. He's not there anymore.
So, but then you look at Al Hilal knock City out of the World Club Cup, so maybe Saudi Arabian football's get better. I don't know. All that matters to me is that we're right for Brentford, mate. That's all that matters to me.
That's all it matters, my friend. That's all it matters, man. But all right, people, it's been a great show. Dave Asprey, again, an absolutely legend as well. Dave, yes, we know Dave's a legend, man. He is a legend. That's why it's good to have this one-to-one chat with Dave. And I said the football season's back again, and wherever Dave is, just go. You love talking Forest, man. Dave, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you, mate.
And now get back to people. If you want to be, what was it, PA, PPI, whatever, PT?
Yeah.
If you want Dave to be your PT, give you some tools, contact him.
If you want me to reinvigorate your life, go and see somebody else. Don't come see me.
Right, people, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone that take part as well.
Cheers,
it's my birthday as well. It's my birthday as well, people. But if you do, before you do leave,
you've got a minute. You've got an hour and 50 minutes of birthday left, mate. So you've got to.
All you do is hit the like button.
Have you had lots of cake? Like somebody I know always asks.
I've been on the Elena Ribena. So
the Elena diet, mate. Brilliant.
I'm on the Elena Ribena. So, but yeah, people, like I said, I'll be there tomorrow. Dave will be there tomorrow as well to see Forest as well. But like I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Dave, for taking your time.
My
as well,
pleasure, mate. Good to see you, dude.
As well, people, make sure everyone go and subscribe to Trick or Treat. The link is to the top as well. It's on the podcast as well. So if you can, there's Mollo, Simon, Chelsea, and Kate. If you can, go on that. Raz as well. Make sure everyone subscribe to Raz as well. And thank you to everyone that has sent donations as well to my channel. Like I said, it goes all towards me. And like I said, this European tour is going to be expensive. So me and Dave will be working up and down. We'll be working to go on his travel. So it's not going to cost. It's not going to be cheap, people. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone. It was if you are rewatching this, and if you agreed with everything, if you agreed or disagreed that me and Dave said, please get involved. I'd love to hear your opinions. Tomorrow I'll be there. Should I do after game review? I might do tomorrow around 9ish if I can. But it's been a pleasure, people. Before you do go, hit the like button, subscribe if you know, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Up the bloody Forest.
You ready?